thumbnail. So y'all, while my dinner is, I wanted to come on here and just say a few things on this video. It's not going to be too dragged out, not too long. I'm going to get straight to the point, okay? And I was thinking about realness and what that is exactly. Now, anything that is said too much, it begins to have less value. Let me say it again. Anything that is said too much, it begins to have less value. Okay, because it's common, right? That's just like when a person say, "Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you." It's so pushed to say, "Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you," and that begins to have less value, right? And so I was thinking about the word real and realness and just being in that essence, right? Sometimes people are too real to their own detriment, and it'll cause them to self-sabotage because they feel that, okay, I'm a real person, that I have to always put on this suit of realness. And it doesn't mean that. Being real is being real to yourself first and foremost. And you have people that will know that you're real because, believe it or not, people study you. You know what I'm saying? People will study your actions. People will study your movement. They will study the things that you talk about, the topics that you discuss, anything, right? They'll study it. And so people will use that against you later on, and this is why you have to be mindful of what you're demonstrating, because believe it or not, how you treat yourself is how others will treat you. However, if you're a person like me, I believe in the chameleon. I have a variety of different ways of seeing things, of saying things, and so don't get comfortable. And I always say this, don't allow people to get comfortable with you, because for the simple fact, it's not that you're crazy or you don't know who you are. It's for the simple fact, in human nature, if you know anything about human nature will show you that when a person becomes too comfortable, they will begin to see less value of whatever they're taking part in. It could be a people, places, or things, right? And so you have to really take that into consideration, not to walk around with this scarcity attitude or this mentality like, okay, I'm gonna get you before you get me type. No, it's just human nature. And so where do you fit in at? Because if you're walking around like the doorman, you are going to get played like the doorman. If you're walking around like, okay, well, I have high confidence and I don't even take my own BS, whether it's a thought pattern, whether it's a habit, whether it's some sort of self-discipline that's needed, some structure, I don't even take my own mess. So what makes you think that I'm going to allow you to do X, Y, Z, right? And so when you're dealing with people, you have to understand that people are people, and whatever their nature is, that's their nature. You cannot change them. And so you're either going to play the game or you're going to get out of the game and just do you. And the life is a game, okay? It's whether we want to see it as good or bad. It doesn't have anything to do with morals. It is what it is. And so what you have to do is really know who you are, right? Know who you are, know where you stand, have high self-esteem, right? Have high value, have high I don't even want to say morals, because I'm not getting into good or bad. I'm just saying you have to know who you are, right? And that comes along with showing people how to treat you, right? Because if a person think that they can get over on you, say if a person have gone through a situation, they're at their wit's end, right? They don't have no one else to call, but they call you because they know that you are a real person, or you this real friend or whatever, right? This real family member. So they're going to call you and be like, okay, I know I can get da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? To your own detriment, though, because in their head, they're thinking of, okay, I just got into the situation, I need X, Y, Z. So they're already in survival mode. So do you think that they're taking your feelings into consideration? No. They're thinking about what they need right then and there. And by you being this real person, which will be a yes man, you're going to enable them to, hey, every time they need something, every time something going on, every time this, every time that, But I always say, learn a person and know who they are when they are down and when they are high, because it's going to tell you a lot about them. And so you treat people the way they treat you. You know, you don't have to, because you scream, oh, I'm real, that you have to always demonstrate that, because you could be real and still be a chameleon. You can be real and still be who you are, loyal to yourself, right? And so um, it's like the saying that I always say, who are you, who sent you, and where you come from. And basically what that means is, I know that I'm capable of being great for you, but are you great for me? And a lot of the times people don't ask those questions because they're so busy trying to be likable. I'm not a person that is likable. I don't need to try to portray this likable image, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care about people liking me, because I have the logic to understand that everyone is not going to like me. And I always say this too. Don't put me on your pedestal, because I'm going to fail you on purpose. You shouldn't have a huge expectation for me anyway. And because I don't have one for you. I know people fall to their own detriment. I know people give into temptations. I know people that does a lot. But in the same token, it's like, I don't hold you accountable, because you was going to do that anyway, because that's who you are. It's just when it gets to me, when the ball swing back to me, I know how to treat you. When you're dealing with people, you don't have to get upset with people. You don't have to well, you can. I don't even want to say that. Yes, you can. You can you can cause chaos, whatever you want to do, act crazy, whatever. But my thing is, they was going to do that anyway, because it's in their nature. They've done that not just with you, they've also done that with other people. And so you have to really question yourself and say, okay, I chose to play this game. I knew the red flags, but I chose to play the game. And so with that, when you have that kind of mentality, you can never be like really hurt if something take place, and something, because you're already picking up on someone's energy. You're already picking up on the things that they're not saying. You know, your intuition is already showing you different things. And so it's like, you can either continue to deal or not deal, play the game or not play the game, you know. And it's all up to you. You just have to understand who you are in all of it. And you don't have to be loyal to people that's not loyal to you. Granted, people use you. You use people for different things. They use you for different things. Some may call it a relationship. Some may call it, oh, this is my family, da 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 da, whatever. 9 times out of 10, no one wants to be left with the short end of the stick. So you got something that I want. I got something that you want. And it is what it is. But people don't want to look at it like that, because that's too real. They will be, it has a responsibility attached to that. So with me saying that, it's like, well, it would hold a person accountable, right? For their own actions, for the things that they decided to do, the choices, whatever, within that relationship. And so a lot of the times people, they'll do things to you, or already have a certain energy within them, and then they would try to flip it and place it on you as if you're the bad person when you start to do certain things, or you start to say certain things, and it's like, well, how are you looking at me the way that you're looking at me, when you are the one who chose to do XYZ? You made a conscious, and this is why I be looking at people when they, these people that are manipulative, and granted, we can all be that, but you've said to be manipulative, it takes strategy, it takes structure, it takes for you to sit down and plan. Before you say something, you've already had a thought. And so when you make a decision, now granted, some people you should not cross. You know, some people you should not cross, but people are going to be people, right? And it's in their nature to do just that. But this is where the detriment come in at for both ends, because it's like, to a default, you're trying to be so real, and then to a default to another person, they're just being their character. You probably brought something out. You know, you probably showed them a mirror of themselves, and it's like they run, but then they know that they can't hide, but then they know that they have to face, and so that makes them vulnerable, that makes them angry too, because they don't want to do that, because it will be like you're showing them up. People hate to have another person one up them, or if they're seeing it like that, like, okay, I one upped you. They don't like that, so they're going to do every little thing in their power to try to twist and turn and manipulate the situation, and you just have to have your eyes open. It is Scorpio season, so it's a lot. Okay, we're going into what, Sagittarius, and so that's the way of seeing. But you have to really understand human nature, learn about human nature, and even within your own nature. Because I'm not going to sit up here and say, well, oh, I'm going to be loyal to oh, I'm bigger and better than that when a person do this and do that. No. Even before I've became really awakened like that, to see things on a greater perspective, I was always like that. Like, okay, you're not going to play with me. So if you are doing something behind my back, I've already gotten the feeling of it. If I'm dealing with you, I'm probably choosing to play the game. That's for you to figure out. And the way I move in private, and how I move is totally up to me, and it has nothing to do with you. So I'll let you figure it out. And when you get to a point to where you don't want to deal, or you don't want to do certain things, then don't. But again, when you're real, I say you can do stuff like that. But when you're too busy being fake, then you can't move like that, because you're so busy trying to be likable. I'm not likable. I'm not trying to be likable, because I don't care enough to, hi, look, I'm this person, hey. No, I don't have to be like that, because who I am speaks for itself. And this is where you have people that are come and try to latch on, but once they see that it doesn't work for them in a certain way, oh, they'll scatter. You don't even have to worry about people leaving, because they'll scatter, because it's too much for them to. Me, like I said, I give the same energy that I get. So if I'm receiving a certain type of energy, oh, I'm gonna turn it up. You may do it to a small scale, but I'm gonna be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do it to this magnitude. But you started the game. So that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, you know, I mean, and it has nothing to do with other people. It has everything to do with me. Yes, you're not supposed to cross certain bridges. Yes, you're not supposed to do certain things. And it's up to you, though. I mean, you can make a choice to do so, but I mean, hey, you know. And so this is why you have to do what you do and allow people to do them, because I don't get hurt when people do certain things, because I like for people to show me who they really are, because I've already 9 times out of 10 seen it already. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I was just waiting on you to, I was going to see how long you was going to play the game. I was just waiting to see how long you was going to play the game, because in my head I have already detached. I have already, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just trying to see how long you were going to play the game. So, but anyway, you have to have self-discipline. You have to have your emotions in check. That's it. So, but anyway, I'm getting ready to get out this video because I'm hungry and I want to give me something to eat. So I'll talk to y'all later.